So, your hot pipe on your NP300 is leaking. And if it isn't, it's probably gonna be leaking soon because unfortunately the NP300s are a great car. They have a few teething issues though, just a couple of teething issues. The hot pipe is one of them. Hot pipe, solid pipe, bag pipe, turbo pipe, whatever you wanna call it, it's going to leak. I can guarantee it. My car's got about 22,000 Ks on it now. Not too many Ks. I haven't checked my hot pipe to be perfectly honest with you, but in this video we're gonna take a look, see if mine's leaking, and I'll show you guys how to check for yours to see if it's leaking. But regardless, I've found a solution on the market for the hot pipes, and that is the CRG diesel tuning hot pipe upgrade. They've got a solid pipe which bolts straight into the position of the factory one, just a whole lot better. Not only does it look better, but it's got like fancy clips on either side, better seals, and it's made out of aluminium, fully welded up, looks great, and it even includes the factory earth strap provision, which a lot of other companies don't do, and it's important, guys. You know, your car not only just cranking, but it's daily electrical activities. A good earth in the vehicle in all the points that it needs it is a good idea. What I'm going to show you guys is how to find if yours is leaking, and we're going to go through obviously how to install this damn thing like usual. I'm JP, and this is a Shed Sessions video, guys. Let's get stuck into it. Is this your first time on the JP Captured YouTube channel? Something super easy and low commitment is smashing that subscribe button, that one just down there, just click, smash it, click on it. And hit the bell notification as well if you want to be updated when I drop a new video, it'll let you know. Guarantee it's going to be a far better experience than your first high school crush. Anyway, let's get stuck into popping the bonnet on the nav and having a look at my hot pipe. Up she goes, and I need to put bonnet struts in this thing. If you guys know any good bonnet strut manufacturers, the NP300, let me know. I need to get some on this bad boy. There is your hot pipe, right there in all of its glory. So, where the leak happens is... Oh, no, we're not going to be able to see. I need to get a torch. Take two. Let there be light. Hey, there it is. That is the connector onto the turbo, the hot pipe connector, right there. And it looks to be, yep, it's definitely leaking oil already. And there's actually oil sitting all in the back of the turbo housing as well. So that is something super easy that you can check yourself at home. Go out into your driveway, pop the bonnet of your Navara and have a look at the pipe connecting to the turbo on the back there. Check for any oil sitting around it. I guarantee there's probably going to be some there, unfortunately. I know it's heartbreaking, but it's going to be leaking some oil. And that's obviously going to hinder the performance of the vehicle straight away because this is your turbo pressure pipe, what pretty much gets these 2.3 litre engines going, all of the pressure behind it. So that's another reason why when the CRG pipe goes in there, the clipping system is so much better, hugs those factory pipes a lot better and gives it a better sealing surface. I've shown you how to check if your hot pipe's leaking, which it will be. Now let's get stuck into having a look at the product. The bling, the CRG hot pipe. Let's check it out. There it is. One CRG custom fabricated hot pipe out of aluminium, and damn, this thing looks good. Like everything that CRG make, it's all precision. The welds are nice, the bends are nice. Everything looks the part. I'm going to be stoked to have this in my engine bay, in fact. So you've got the main hot pipe body right here. You've got the CNC machined ends on either end of the pipe. Best part is they clip straight back into the OE fittings on your NP300. There's no mucking around with any of those fittings. These just go straight back in. You've got your earth strap point right here. That's one that I was telling you about. A lot of people leave off. That's it right there. You've got a mounting point. You've also got another seal taped onto the hot pipe. Right there, that seal. That's to replace the factory one down the bottom intercooler pipe because it's garbage. That's it, it's just rubbish. So, before we get stuck into ripping out the OE hot pipe, this one right here, let's just go over what we're going to be doing. So this is the general area of the engine bay right here around the hot pipe that we're going to be working in, nowhere else. So the hot pipe connects to the turbo back there. We need to remove it off that clip. And there's another clip down the bottom. I will get a torch to show you. Down in there where it clips onto the bottom intercooler pipe. That's how we remove that. And the tools that we need to do this entire job, including the installation of the new hot pipe, is a ratchet, whether it be electric or hand ratchet tool, a couple of extension bars, 12mm and a 13mm socket, flat blade screwdriver, some rubber silicone grease, probably a torch will be handy, and a pair of needle nose pliers. So there's an engine harness right here that's in our way. So there's a clip that's holding it down. Grab your flat blade screwdriver, pry it underneath that clip like that. And that just comes away. And you can move this harness around where you need it to be, basically. So underneath this clamp is one of the bolts that's holding down the hot pipe. It's a 13mm. That's one of the bolts out. Put that aside for now. So there's another 13mm bolt directly here, straight back on the hot pipe on another bracket holding it down. It's 13mm. You'll need a slightly longer extension bar, and you can just go straight in like this. You just have to feel around for it. There you go, another 13mm bolt, put that one aside as well. So there's one more bolt that we need to remove. So this is the clamp that was holding on that factory OE engine harness right there. So just moving down from there, straight down, you can see that bolt there that's holding on the earth strap to the hot pipe. So that's 12mm, and you'll need to undo that one. That's a lucky last. Look, I really hope you guys appreciate the fact that I'm using manual ratcheting tools here. I have the option for electric, but I'm really trying to do this DIY as you guys would be at home, in the driveway or in the garage. Most people don't have the electric ratchets, but you know what? You should really invest in them because they're actually so good. And just like that, that is the earth strap removed, and there's nothing else bolting the hot pipe down to the vehicle now. It's purely just clamped into place, and we'll remove those now. So we're at the back of the engine now where the hot pipe meets the turbo, and there is a clip, metal clip that's holding it together. So all you need to do is grab your flat bladed screwdriver and just get it in between the hot pipe and that metal clip and pry it open. Just like that, and you heard it click. That's it basically coming apart. So now we should be able to pull that piece of the hot pipe off, which we can. Okay, so down on the bottom side of the hot pipe, right near that earth strap that we took off, that one right there, is the second clip. And it's the same deal, just grab your flat blade screwdriver and pry it open until you hear a popping noise. That there. It's unclipped, and then just go ahead and wiggle it around a little bit until it separates from the pipe. There it is, one oily, filthy factory hot pipe now out of the vehicle. I feel like it's also worth mentioning that that hole right there leads straight into your turbo. That's where the hot pipe just came out of. So it's definitely wise not to drop anything down in there, and yeah, just get the new hot pipe back on ASAP. This is the factory hot pipe. The only thing we need off this piece of junk is the spring clip, the metal spring clip right there. And to get that, we just need to pry with a pair of needle nose pliers this plastic tab off, that one there. That's it there, and then that spring clip will just pop out like so. You can give it a wipe down if you want to. Mine's got a bit of oil on it. I'm going to be putting it into the nice new CRG pipe, so I'm going to give it a wipe. Now, the second thing that we need to cover is inside this pipe, there is actually a seal. There's a lip seal just on the inside there. So we need to get ourselves needle nose pliers, a pair of needle nose pliers, and we need to pry that out. Now we're going to be putting a new seal into this pipe, so I'm going to take the opportunity now to give it a clean on the inside because there's a lot of oil sitting in there from the engine. Okay, so once you finish wiping that out, you need to grab the replacement seal that's supplied in the kit, and that one just seats back in to the same spot that you pulled the other one out from. That's the seal starting to work into the groove now, and I'll just keep pushing it down a little bit at a time. Yep, so that's it, pretty much seated home. There's just a little bit at the end there, and that just rolls straight in. And make sure that it's sitting in the groove, just sort of work it around, and that feels good. Now we just need to put on some rubber grease. So just grab a bit on your finger and just work it around the outside of that seal all the way around. It's not a bad idea to also put some of the grease on the spring as well. Helps everything seat home a little bit nicer. And that's it. The seal's got its grease on it and it's all seated home properly. So we need to grab the CRG hot pipe. We're going to be working on this end of the hot pipe. Now first things first, you need to double check that it's got 2 seals in there. That CRG have supplied it with the seals fitted. Double check that and it's got grease on it, which it does. Thumbs up. Now the second thing is to grab the spring clip that you've taken off your original hot pipe. We need to install it onto this one. So it's got, the clip itself has 2 tangs on the end of it. They face upward, going up the pipe as you install it, and it goes on. That one sits in there like that, and these ends just clip over. And you heard how that sprung into place, which is good. Just make sure that yours has tension on it when you press on the spring like that. Just make sure it has tension. If it doesn't, give it a little bit of a squash so that it has nice tension for when you're putting it in there. Clips into place perfectly. Okay, so that's all the prep work done on the CRG hot pipe. It's now ready to install into your car. Make sure, just double checking guys, make sure that those seals are there. 2 seals in the end of the hot pipe, and you've installed the seal into the bottom of the intercooler pipe. Put some rubber grease on there ready to go. Make sure the spring clips are installed and that they have adequate tension on them so when you pop them in the car, they clip into place and hold in firmly. Apart from that, there is nothing left to do but install it into your car. A car, my car. It's just time to install it, let's chuck it in. So when you're installing the hot pipe, you just want to go underneath the engine harness. Might have to wiggle it around a little bit, especially that engine harness to get it in. Almost there. There we go. So now that the hot pipe is roughly in position, it's sitting on both ends roughly where it needs to go. The easiest way to get this on, and it is a little bit difficult, the easiest way is to grab one hand, grab the front of the hot pipe, and this is going to lever it up a little bit and wriggle it side to side. And your other hand's going to be pushing down on the back whilst you do that. And this is only because it's trying to get over the seal on the inside of the hot pipe, and it is a little bit difficult. So you're going to have to use a little bit of force while you wiggle it side to side. So I just felt the hot pipe then drop down onto the seal. We need to hear a click though of that spring clip. And there it is there. The exact same technique is used for the front. You just need to wiggle side to side and push down a little bit of force until you hear that clipping noise. That is it. That is the noise that we're listening out for, guys, that clipping noise, and you can visually see the clip actually seating into its home position, and that's it. You can give it a good wiggle and make sure that it has 100% seated home, which it has. We only have to replace one of the 13mm bolts that we took off the original hot pipe. So underneath the engine harness, underneath the clamp right here, is this one, which goes onto that bracket. Grab the earth strap that we took off before. You need the 12mm bolt, and you'll just need to put that back on using a 12mm socket and ratchet or whatever tool you've got. And that is it. Earth strap is down, tightened down, all done. The last thing, I swear the last thing that we have to do now, guys, is the engine's wiring harness. This one right here that we took off before just needs to go back into its clip, and that simply just pushes back together, the clip itself, like that. Done. 100% job is done. That is the CRG hot pipe now installed into my nav. No more boost pressure leaks, no more oil spraying all over the back of my engine, and it looks the part too, it looks really good. Always quality from CRG, same as my intercooler that I installed. You probably saw that in another video. That has been an awesome upgrade, and it was a quality bit of gear, so I expected nothing less from this. If you want to do this install into your own nav using a quality installation video like this one, a few basic tools, couple of nuts and bolts, bit of space at home, you can definitely get this job done yourself. But if it's not something that you want to do, that's perfectly fine. Give CRG a call, have a chat with Chris and the team, and see if you can book your nav in with them to have it installed. If you're not in Queensland, you're not close to CRG, that's perfectly fine. I'm sure you can give them a call anyway and they might be able to recommend someone in your area that can get the job done for you nonetheless. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments below. I will reply. It's not peer pressure. It is not peer pressure, but it kind of is. It isn't.
It's not, I swear.
You should hit the subscribe button though if you haven't already. It notifies you when I have a new video dropped on YouTube. You can just jump straight in and view it straight away. How good is that? Let's show you all these upgrades, all these cool things that we get to do to our cars, and then you guys can do them as well. It's awesome. Anyway, the video is wrapping up. See you guys in the next video.